Hi, my name is Isabel. Um, I am starting this YouTube channel. So please go ahead and like and comment and subscribe at the bottom. This is not something that I always wanted to do. I mean, it is, but it's like something that I never thought that I could do. My family and my friends, though, have told me countless times to share my story. So I'm going to start this YouTube channel. It will be mainly vlogs. I don't plan on like putting a ton of time and energy into this. I will as much as I can, but I'm a college student, and so it's kind of hard for me to even fathom the idea of putting a lot of time into things. So yeah, that's kind of where we're going to start at. I have a little list of things that I need to be talking about. Also, if you hear any background noise, I have a guinea pig, and his name is Hamilton. And so, if you hear anything, it's probably him. He might squeal at some point, so I don't know. But yeah, I'm just gonna start off by like saying who I am. Like I said, my name is Isabel. I am a senior in college, and I'm studying statistics, and I'm pre-med. I hope to become a pediatric neurologist one day. That's not really the immediate plan. I hope to just kind of, once I graduate next August, I hope to work as a statistician in either a hospital or at an insurance company, and do that for a few years and then hopefully go to med school. That's the plan. But I don't know, plans change so much, and with how the way the world is right now, I don't even know if that's actually going to happen. So who knows? But yeah, so that's kind of a little bit about me. Yeah, I was born and raised in Florida. So yeah, that's kind of the gist of who I am. Obviously won't be sharing where I go to school or anything like that for safety reasons. But yeah, anyways. So yeah, basically why I wanted to start this channel. I guess I kind of have to share my like testimony and everything. Let me start by saying that like I'm a Christian. I became a Christian my freshman year of college. I really was kind of in a rough spot. But yeah, I grew up Catholic, so I kind of knew something about Jesus, but never really had a personal relationship with him. I joined a campus ministry called the Navigators. You might have heard of them, I don't know, but they're very, very spread out across the country, and even across the world. But yeah, there were a few people who were really impactful in my life. And yeah, specifically my Bible study leader, my freshman year, who kind of walked alongside me and talked to me about God, and yeah, just kind of had really deep conversations with me. But basically, what led me to wanting to know more about Christ and wanting to know more about who he was, I, yeah, like I said, I grew up Catholic. I When I was a junior in high school, I kind of was just sitting on the couch one day watching Star Wars and eating Cheeto Puffs, and I all of a sudden got a terrible pain in the side of my head, and I basically lost a lot of my vision, could not see. I had never had a headache or anything like that before. My health had always been pretty good. And so I was really very shocked, did not know what to do. And turns out after a few months of going to many different doctors, I was diagnosed with new daily persistent headache. And this is kind of the whole reason why I'm starting this channel, is because I know firsthand that there are many people who don't know what this is. I also know firsthand that when you are diagnosed with something new, it can be very scary. You can feel very alone. And overall it's just a very, just terrifying time. You lose a lot of hope. It's easy to go down one of two pathways. It's easy to go down a pathway where you become depressed and you, just lose all hope and just, have a really hard time. Or you can go down a path where you still have hope and you put your trust in something and you really rely on something other than yourself. And I think through that, I was able to see that God is in control, that I really didn't have a say in what the plan of my life was, and that it was something that I had to fully rely on the Lord for and fully be faithful to Him and be flexible in my own life with Him. I kind of just, wanted to share that. I've now had it for 4.5 years. It's not something that I have always liked to talk about. I think I've always felt as if it made me look weak, which is not true. If anything, it shows just how strong God is. And so I think just through the past 4 years, I've grown in realizing that sharing it is not something that should be scary. And it's also not something that I should keep to myself because I want to relate to other people. I want to show other people that even though someone may look like they're doing great on the outside, that I personally still do have days where I really struggle and I really get in my head and don't have a great time. So even though I'm saying, oh, there's 2 ways you can go down, there's really not. I have a lot of hope because of Jesus, and I have a lot of confidence in God and confidence in what He's doing in my life, but I still have days where I get really angry at God and I'm very bitter and I'm not doing great. And so I don't want it to be something where you look at me and you're like, oh, she's doing great. Does she even have a headache? No, that's not fair. I have learned over the past 4 years how to deal with it a lot better than what I did when I was first diagnosed. Just keep that in mind too. I've had this thing for 4.5 years, so obviously I've learned to cope with it. But basically I'm just going to kind of tell you more of what I actually have and also what's happened because of that. So new daily persistent headache is a headache that I have 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It does not go away. It's a single headache. It just stays with me. And it's also one of the most stubborn headaches to try and get rid of. And so I've seen many different doctors. One doctor that I primarily see is at the Mayo Clinic, and his name is Dr. Rosen, and he is amazing. He specializes in my headache, and he's tried so many different things with me. He has tried nerve blocks, he's tried Botox, he's tried different medications. None of it has really helped. So then he suggested that I go see this pain management doctor in Philadelphia. His name is Dr. Klein, and he is probably one of my favorite people that I've ever met. Not because, he takes away a lot of my pain, but also just because he's a great person. So I've been seeing Dr. Klein for 2 years now. And I go every so often, and he basically does deep nerve stimulation. It's called a rhizotomy. That's what it's called. On my C1 nerve, which lies right along my vertebral artery, I'm so sorry, I'm speaking in science terms. But in your spine, there's your C1 nerve, which is at the very top of your spine, where your spine connects to your brain, and it lies right along an artery that connects all of the blood supply to your brain from your body, from your heart. So basically, he has to be extremely careful whenever he does this procedure because one wrong move and I could die. But as scary and daunting as that sounds, and as extreme as that sounds, obviously I'm still here. It's something that I choose to go through. I'm 22, almost 22 years old. I'll be 22 in a few weeks, and it's not, it's not like it's something that I've chosen to do because I know that it helps with my pain. And for me, as someone who's in a STEM major who wants to be a doctor and help others who go through the same thing I do, I decided that doing something that helps my pain and makes it better is something that I think is worth it. So I do that. But yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at right now. But yeah, it's definitely a very challenging headache. It's not very kind. Like I said, I have days where, like, if it's raining outside or if I go on a plane, it's very hard. I also have a lot of brain fog, so I'm really only good between the hours of like 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. and then my memory is terrible and I get really foggy in my mind and it's very hard to even like processing things is very challenging for me. And I would definitely say that that's gotten worse over the 4 years. So, but yeah, basically there's not much to do for this headache. It's kind of newer. They're still trying to figure out what they can do for people who have it. It's often misdiagnosed, and it is definitely something that I don't really know. I mean, it's hard. It's hard to deal with, and it's hard to go through if you don't have anyone around you who understands. So yeah, I definitely encourage you that if any of you are going through this, please reach out to me because I know what it feels like firsthand to feel lonely in something that you feel like no one around you understands. So definitely reach out if you relate, or even if you just want to like send nice words of encouragement, that would be nice too. But yeah, and then with that, I've also been diagnosed with Ehlers-Danlos, which is a connective tissue disorder. Sorry, that basically just means I break really easily. I have low platelets because of it. I have a really weak immune system. So this time of corona is low-key kind of terrifying. And yeah, that's come with it. I'm currently being tested for if I might have seizures. I don't think I do, and my doctors don't think I do, but they're still testing to see. But yeah, that's kind of a rundown of my health. But through that, I've found God, and I'm so thankful for what I've been through because I think without it, I would not be the same person that I am today. I probably would not believe in God. I probably wouldn't have a relationship with Him. So yeah, I am very thankful for what I've gone through. I'm very thankful for what the Lord has given me and how He's given me an outlet to share about it. But yeah, like I said, this is something that like obviously if I'm having a really terrible week with school, then I'm not gonna like post because it's a lot of stress to add on to myself. But I do want to post weekly vlogs on here, just kind of taking you through what my life looks like having something like this. And yeah, I really just want to share my life in this way with you guys, and I think that this is the best way to do it. I think the Lord has really given, I don't know, I guess like social media just as a good outlet to share things like this. And I think that that is a very good purpose for social media, is to use it to share things like life and what you're going through with people around the world. I also think that it can be very challenging because I know that there's hate and everything out there and bullying on the internet. And I just want to say that please keep those things to yourself. It's not kind, and this world is already in a very hard place right now as it is, and the last thing that anyone needs is bullying on the internet. So yeah, I would just ask that you would refrain from saying anything mean or harsh. But yeah, if you have any questions or anything you'd like to say, please leave it all in the comments. I'll definitely be responding to those as best as I can. But yeah, that's really all I wanted to say. Please like and subscribe. Ask me any questions. I'm willing to answer. I don't expect a video every week, but I will let you know whenever I do plan on posting videos. So yeah, I really am looking forward to sharing my life with you guys, and I can't wait to see you next time. Bye.